What lengths would you go to provide for your family? Would you lie for them? Would you steal for them? Would you kill for them? What if you had no other choice? Park Chan Wook has proposed an evocative thought experiment in this film. He imagines what lengths a man would go to when his family is taken hostage, but not by a man or a gang or any kind of organization. They've been taken hostage by a system, the man eating machine known as international capitalism. Over the last 10 years, and particularly since the international smashing success of fellow South Korean filmmaker Bong Joon Ho's anti capitalist masterpiece Parasite in 2019, South Korea has been producing a slew of films and television that highlight the struggles of the working class, something that we don't see as much here in America, at least not as directly as they're willing to confront it out of Seoul, Korea. Consider the Netflix show Squid Games, or even Bong Joon-ho's own follow-up to Parasite, Mickey 17, which explores a lot of the same motifs as No Other Choice does. In No Other Choice, our protagonist, Man-soo, is a manager at a Korean paper company. That is, he is until an evil American company comes to announce layoffs, not just of the rank and file men, but to Man-soo's shock and horror, management as well. And he's thrust into a room full of men who have also been laid off, where they're led by in guided affirmations that their lack of employment does not define them. A pretty key indicator that in this society, much like our own, it does indeed. But Man-soo's confidence isn't shaken, at least not at first, and he suspects finding a new job will be remarkably easy for someone as qualified as him. After all, he was a star employee in upper management at a premier paper company in Korea. But thanks to a confluence of events like automation, consolidation, and digitalization, there's only one remaining paper company to apply to, and no positions are available. Man-soo gets increasingly desperate as his savings run dry, and he fears he'll no longer be able to take care of his wife and children. He's forced to make a decision. He has no other choice but to get a job by any means necessary. So he does what any man in his position would do. He puts out a fake ad for a hiring paper company and scours the applications for anyone he deems more qualified than him. Fortunately, he determines he is a relatively qualified applicant in his own right and considers there to be only two candidates in his way from receiving employment with this paper company, and of course, whoever currently holds the job he's after. So with three targets that stand in the way of himself and employment, he sets off on the film's journey. Armed with the North Korean gun his father ripped from the hand of a Viet Cong soldier he'd slain in war, Man-soo sets out, as his father did, to kill for American capitalism. He simply has no other choice. This film is beautifully shot and a much needed reminder that you can use the advent of digital cameras to enhance the viewing experience instead of detracting from it with shortcuts and laziness. As rich as its composition is its craftsmanship, from the cinematography to the costuming to the production design, this film has it all. It's darkly funny and avoids a common pitfall of being too heavy-handed with the metaphors, Mickey 17, and it's a joy to watch despite the weighty subject matter. It's thrillingly inventive from a cinematic standpoint, and as I mentioned, too often in the modern era of filmmaking, directors use digital cameras to create shortcuts for themselves, to make life easier for the crew and the production, but all the while cheapening the experience for the audience. Park embraces the new capabilities of the digital camera to create new and inventive storytelling techniques in a way that was refreshing and inspiring to watch. In this masterwork, Park reminds the viewer he still is a titan of craft that he has been celebrated as for the last 25 years. The film is being critically underplayed in America, so please, for your own sake, track down a local cinema playing it with some friends. I'm leaving you no other choice.